And it's STF, man. It's STF. All because of STF. If y'all remember what STF is and y'all been rocking with me, y'all write it in the chat. Talk to me, chat. What is STF? STF strikes again. STF strikes again. And it sounds, this word, it sounds, I mean, these words sound crazy, but STF strikes again. Sexually transmitted feelings. Sexually transmitted feelings is nothing to play with, man. And Josh Jacobs found out the hard way, putting his career in jeopardy for someone who shows she uses men for money. And basically, dating men is a game to her. Or dating athletes is a game to her. Now, the alleged victim, she's been outed. Pretty much the world knows or assumes is Ash Cash and an influencer. And they've been dating for some months now, based on some evidence and things that's been going on social media, right? But listen here, Ash Cash doesn't have loyalty to Josh Jacobs or anyone at her young, tender age. And Josh Jacobs couldn't handle that. He couldn't handle it. So he crashed out. STF got Josh Jacobs crashing out. One of three words come to play when athletes get in trouble. Make the news for all the wrong reasons. Assholes, alcohol, and coochie. Those are the three things that come into play. One of the three things that come into play every time. Josh Jacobs, man, he got away. He got away luckily. But he was booked in the Brown County jail up there in Wisconsin. But he was immediately released. Now, the sad part about it, players got to pay to play in these streets. If you want to be in these streets as an athlete, as someone that is well known, someone that has a lot to lose, you basically got to pay to play. If you want to play someone, eventually you're going to run across someone somehow that is going to try to get that quick lick off you. And it's the sad truth. It's the sad truth that athletes have to pay to play, but it's true. Social media suddenly, man, made the world such a smaller place. It's like it shrunk instantly when social media came out. Now athletes and celebrities have the potential access to all the baddies they want by sending a quick, direct message. Man, it seems like love is a lost art, man, and relationships are basically transactional. But here's the video, man. Here is the video of Josh Jacobs when the authorities was called because of the incident.
4 has learned more, though, about what went down Saturday morning at Jacobs' home. Dispatch audio lets us listen in as first responders answered a woman's call for help.
I hear yelling and screaming, things being thrown. It's plotting to this location. I have an open line, possibly a male-female.
A few minutes later, dispatch received a second call about that incident from a concerned next-door neighbor.
Neighbor is calling now saying that her neighbor was assaulted.
Dispatches are later heard saying the man suspected in that assault was not there. He drove away from the home in a Mercedes G-Wagon, but that easily spotted SUV was being tracked with license plate reader cameras.
Yeah, at this point, we'll want that vehicle stopped if you come across it.
In the end, deputies and an ambulance responded to the call at Jacobs' home.
Bro knew he messed up, boy. Bro knew he effed up. And his first reaction was to get the hell out of Dodge. Even though there's nowhere to run, there's not many places you could run to when you started running back for the NFL team of that city, that county, that state. But the first reaction is to get the hell out of Dodge. Call your lawyer. Call somebody to try to mend the situation. Now, if he's putting his hands on the young lady, that's the ultimate no-no. Everybody, I think that's the one thing the world agrees with. Men putting their hands on a woman is the ultimate no-no. Now, even though Josh Jacobs wasn't charged or convicted for this incident, there will still be a blemish on his name. That's the sad reality about it. Based on that video and authorities being called, people feel like he put hands on her, he assaulted her, And he's basically a woman beater. That's how people feel. Even though he is in charge, he's released immediately. People are still going to make him guilty. Either Josh Jacobs cut the check to keep that young lady quiet, or she realized how much drama she caused from a minor incident. People have minor incidents, relationships. Relationships, you go through things. Everyone is looking for a come up, not just females. Just seems like that because athletes are males and females, and athletes have to date. So there's a lot of athletes out there, and they are the ones that get all the attention. Or we are the ones that get all the attention. But athletes need to learn how to move around and stay out of trouble. At the end of the day, you have to know how to handle yourself as an athlete, as a one percenter. You have to know how to handle yourself and move around. And it sounds like the young lady that Josh Jacobs had the alleged incident with, sounds like she was living with him. And if you know anything about Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's a very lonely place and extremely cold. So most athletes up there, they're going to have a live-in with them because it's lonely. You need someone up there to cuddle with and keep you warm and pass time in those boring places. When I first went to New England, I stayed in a place called Franklin, Massachusetts. And man, let me tell you, it was a boring, slow-paced, moving town, But a woman decided to move on after being in a relationship with a star athlete is the ultimate ego buster for athletes. It's the ultimate ego buster. Athletes can't handle someone deciding to say no or not be with them. It's the ego. Josh Jacobs' ego was hurt so bad, homeboy took the physical route instead of the logical route. Allegedly. That is what's being said, but he was not found liable for what was being reported. But he is very lucky, man. He is very lucky to have worked this situation out behind the scene. But he still would be looked at as the bad guy that doesn't handle women in the right way. Let's just say it like that at the end of the day. But shout out to Josh Jacobs, man. I hope they move on from the situation. The thing about it, when circumstances come up like this in relationships, we hear all of the bad that happened. But 9 times out of 10, and usually the individuals involved in the altercation that was previously in the relationship work things out, unless it was that bad. I don't see, that just wasn't my style. It's like these athletes, man, and celebrities, man, they all date the same females. Like they pass them around, they go from one circle to the next. And it's like no one cares. It's like, hey, it doesn't matter. She was with him, now she's mine. She was with 5 other athletes, now she's mine. Hey, I guess that's the game.